guys, as you crisscross the country, I mean, what do you think about this Florida race in particular, Candace?
Look, I think if you're interested in making America Venezuela, then you're going to vote for Gillum. If you're interested in preserving what Florida has become and you want to see the economy go up, then you know what the decision is. You have to vote for Ron Desantis. I mean, it's crazy what he's talking about, making it a socialist state. And this is what's at stake, what we're talking about here, the extreme left. I mean, it's scary talk, but I think that Ron DeSantis and Rick Scott are both going to pull through, and it's going to be a major win in Florida for us.
All right. And what about that, Charlie? I mean, we all know Ron DeSantis from his work in Congress and his work in identifying some of the wrongdoing and some of the corruption at the upper echelons of the FBI and the DOJ. Why isn't that translating, or is it translating in Florida for him to become governor?
Well, remember, every single poll that Florida had, the major polls, were wrong going into 2016. The experts had Donald Trump down 3 to 6 points heading into Election Day. And look, Candace and I have made multiple stops in Florida in many different parts of the state, and there is a general consensus of support of Donald Trump, and I think they're going to come out and support Ron DeSantis and Rick Scott. Florida is a very diverse state. You have the Panhandle, where the president just was, where it's more socially conservative, and then, of course, you have the I-4 corridor, which is your kind of more stereotypical suburban voter, and then, of course, southern Florida with a lot of migrants from the Northeast. Not migrants, but people that have moved, of course, from the Northeast going to Florida. And so this is going to be a very tight race. It's going to be focused on turnout, and I think Ron DeSantis is going to win when it comes down to the wire.
And Candace, let's talk about Gillum. I mean, you mentioned before the idea of turning Florida into Venezuela. You know, Florida, as Charlie just indicated, there's a lot of people, you know, who are there retiring, and there are a lot of senior communities. I mean, people don't like the idea of the concept of socialism and taking care of everybody. You know, to them, they've worked their whole lives, and now they want to retire and not have to pay for everyone else, whereas this guy Gillum is actually coming out and saying, you know, the police are the enemy. The police are plantation owners putting African Americans in cages.
That's correct. He's an extreme leftist. And listen, he's getting desperate. That's why he's pulling the race card suddenly, and he's accusing his opponent of racism, because he's failing ideologically to connect with the voters in Florida. So he's trying to scare them. He's trying to make them emotional, trying to use fear-based tactics, which is why in the end I don't think it's going to work. If on the ballot you have Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis, and those are going to be the two people that pull away in this race, and I have no doubt about that. I'm feeling tremendously optimistic about Florida.
All right. Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, thanks so much for being with us tonight.